Sunday Igboho was hired to cause mayhem in Ekiti State but changed his mind after a meeting with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Babafemi Ojodu, the special advisor on political matters to President Muhammadu Buhari, revealed this in a statement titled "The Sunday Igboho I Knew." In the statement revealed on Monday, Ojodu said Igboho was paid by PDP in 2009 to cause mayhem and influence the outcome of a rerun election, but shunned violence after being educated on the beauty of democracy and the unencumbered electoral process by Tinubu. Ojodu, however, described Igboho as a man who has an occasional conscience that can be appealed to. It was in 2009 the appeal court sitting in Ilorin ordered a rerun in a number of polling units in the election between Segun Oni of PDP and Dr. Kayode Fayemi of ACN. Oni had in the main election and the election petition tribunal that followed been declared winner of the gubernatorial contest. Our party, ACN, contested this, hence the declaration of a rerun. The declaration, which came 3 months after the appeal court judgment, was like war. The PDP, ruling at the federal level, did not want to lose Ekiti, while the opposition ACN, led and financed by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, wanted to take Ekiti by all means. A few days to the election, we got an intelligence report that the PDP bigwigs had perfected a plan to unleash thugs recruited from across Yoruba land on Ekiti. The plan was to kill and maim as many as possible, snatch ballot boxes and win by any means possible. Tinubu summoned me to Lagos and said, "Femi, I have conducted a scientific opinion poll. You people can win this election. The only snag, however, is they are deploying state security as well as thugs against you. State security men we can handle, and he did creatively handle them. But how do you handle thugs?" I then suggested we dissuade them by engagement and inducement. After all, they are in the business only for the money and not for ideological reasons. We reached out to both Ade Basket in Akure and Father Gary in Ondo. Both were dreaded in political circles. We had a series of meetings with them and were able to squeeze an agreement with them, but they will not make themselves available to PDP for hire. I got them to even sign documents for me that they were going to stay off Ekiti elections. The biggest headache for us then was Sunday Igboho, who learned has been hired and paid by a senator from Osun to come and cause mayhem in Ekiti. Tinubu instructed we must get him at all costs. 6 days to the election, we began our search for him. Eventually, we met someone who had his number. I put a call through to him and he agreed to meet with me in Ibadan. We scheduled an appointment and had a meeting at a small hotel not far from Premier Hotel. Tinubu, I told him, has sent me to him that he would like to have a meeting with him. He said he will love to meet him as he has heard a lot of good things about him too. The problem he said is PDP and not ACN. Okay. I said that precisely is the reason why we wanted to meet with him. He asked if I could keep this a secret. I said, why not? Papa Adedibu and our Osun senator, he said, must not learn about his meeting with Tinubu. I told him there is no way they will know except he leaks from his side. He agreed to a meeting on Thursday preceding the election. I reported back to Tinubu, who then relocated from his base in Lagos to Sunview Hotel in Akure. Igboho drove down alone at about 10 p.m. I and Tinubu had a dialogue with him. Igboho, Tinubu said, I have heard a lot about your bravery. The Ekiti people have suffered too long under the rule of PDP. They are looking for change. I learned you have been hired to make this impossible. I have invited you to plead with you. I have invited you to plead with you to allow the poll to be conducted peacefully. If after that the PDP wins, fine. If the ACM wins, all well and good. Tinubu went on and on, lecturing him on the beauty of democracy and the unencumbered electoral process. By the time Tinubu finished with him, he became sober and contrite. Baba, he said, I have heard you and I am pleased with what you have said. Whatever you want me to do, I will do, even though I have collected money from the other side. This was the extent Tinubu went to ensure Ekiti for his party ACN. Most of this, the candidate Fayemi himself was not even aware of. Tinubu then beckoned me to follow him to the bedroom of the suite he occupied in the hotel. Femi, this guy appears sincere. He does appear we have decided him. Thank you, Baba, Igboho said with a smile across his face as soon as he received a golden handshake for agreeing not to destroy Ekiti as they had planned. He then said that he will be in Ekiti on the eve of the election, but when it is 2 a.m., I should put a call through to him. He will put his phone on speaker and I should tell him I am a police AIG, that the police has discovered his presence in Ekiti and will be raiding in 30 minutes time. With that call, he will tell his minders he can no longer stay. He will pack his boys and their leather weapons and leave town. Tinubu ordered food and drinks for him. He will touch neither. He, however, over time became comfortable in our midst and regard us with several anecdotes from his career as a political enforcer. One particular anecdote stayed locked up in my memory till today because it was so funny. According to Igboho, he went through the tutelage of Chief Adedibu, the strong man of Ibadan politics. He said he was one of his most reliable and trusted thugs. At a point in their relationship, Adedibu, he said, began to suspect he was getting too powerful and independent. Adedibu, he narrated, then invited him to a meeting and told him he will like him to run for the chairmanship of a local government. He said he knew this was an attempt by Adedibu to bench him, and he therefore told Adedibu that he was not educated, not able to speak English, and could therefore not be chairman of a local government. Adedibu, he said, looked at him and backed an order stand up. He stood up. Sit down. He sat down. Adedibu then said, and you claim not to be educated. Whatever is left shall add it unto you. A week before the election, we had reserved and paid for all the rooms in all the hotels in Ekiti. The money ran into several millions. Tinubu, as usual, paid for this. The strategy was to ensure no talk or any undesirable element had a place to stay in the state. Security men and INEC officials had to appeal to me, sometimes through Tinubu, to release some rooms for them to stay. With this, we knew who was staying where, and we closely monitored them and their activities. Thus, when Igboho and his band of 50 thugs arrived at Ado-Ekiti that Friday, we were able to monitor them till they were taken to be accommodated overnight in government house due to lack of hotel accommodation in the state. This was the situation when at 2 a.m. I did exactly what Igboho instructed me to do, and he and his men fled town. 2 hours after leaving, I got a call from him. They did a head count and found out 2 of their men were missing. Interestingly, they found out the 2 had gone to town in search of women. Igboho pleaded with me to help retrieve them and get them out of town the following morning. At about 5 a.m. that morning, I picked them up in front of the fire station at Fajuyi Park, took them to my house, and by 6 a.m. got a driver to take them out of town. We had the rerun elections. It wasn't entirely peaceful, but thuggery and violence was largely reduced. This was my encounter with Sunday Adeyemo, alias Sunday Igboho, lately crowned a hero in Yoruba land by the reign of terror by herders and bandits. He has that occasional conscience you can appeal to. Let those who can rein in the herders do as do do so and make the forests and highways safe again. Let farmers be able to carry out their occupation without fear of kidnap, murder and rape. Let us find a modern and permanent solution to this issue of ignorance heading that pitches a group of Nigerians against the other. Let us not ethnicize criminality. A criminal is a criminal and a crime is a crime, whether perpetrated by Fulani, Yoruba, Igbo, Ijo, Jukun, Bachama, or Ibariba. We should do everything possible to save off this crisis and stop beating the drums of war before it reaches a crescendo. So guys, this Femi Ojodu, so what is this all this old thing all about? This man is smart by half. I don't know what you think that he's trying to say or he's trying to do in here. I don't understand him. So they are the ones that know. So he's saying the man is a thug. You just try to be smart. And meanwhile, you just convinced him. You didn't give him money because that is what So Tinubu does not have thugs. Oh my god. Oh my god, these people they think they are very, very smart. So what exactly do you stand to gain with all this long story, exposing the deal you had with someone in secret? Okay, well, thank you. I wonder why the secret should be blotted out. Well, God will surely disgrace all the enemies of Yoruba enemies. You have not done well for Tinubu with your article. This is a bad campaign strategy. Honestly, bad one. Avenue for Tinubu to claim responsibility for Igboho recent action. These are two parallel lines that can never meet. Igboho, please continue your agitation and forge ahead. Continue your rebranding of Tinubu with your lies and deception. All will soon be exposed. All this towards 2022 and 2023 secret is secret. Ogun will deal with you for labeling him a political thug. Unguided utterances, and you called yourself a political leader destroying your tomorrow. Poor you. You can imagine. Babafemi Ojodu na parrot. You want to tarnish the image because Igboho has become Yoruba warrior or leader. Since the killing of Yorubas by your friend Esme, you and your Oga didn't do or say anything about it. Let it be clear that now that Sunday Igboho is your master, the new Olorioko. So guys, let us hear your opinion and leave your comment below. I'm just surprised with this story that this man is telling us.